Welcome to Locus. Our scientists have been studying about ancestors of humans since the 17th century. The study is called paleontology. Many of us are interested in how our ancestors look like and their origins. We have been developing a more organized way since first half of 19th century to understand our history by studying fossils. Cheddar Man is a fossil which was excavated in 1903. This fossil was found in Gough's Cave, which is located in Somerset, England. Surprisingly, this 2 miles long cave contained dozens of human fossils and is also reportedly known for its cannibalism practices held in it in pretty old Stone Age. Most of the fossils found in Gough's Cave are reported as victims of cannibalism, but the situation was quite different in the case of Cheddar Man. Unlike other fossils, the reason of death of Cheddar Man is suspected to be a bone infection. A large crater-like damage found in right orbit of the skull implies this bone infection. Also, the DNA sequences and genetic links of other fossils in the cave does not match the genetic links of the Cheddar Man. Well, scientists found a reason behind it. They said that Cheddar Man belonged to a group of people known as Western hunter-gatherers who migrated to Europe from Middle East around 12,000 years ago. This connects the link that fossil was reported to be around 10,000 years old. It is now also Britain's oldest complete human skeleton. After its excavation, the remains were kept in Natural History Museum in London, around 150 miles away from Gough's Cave. In 1996, Brian Sykes of the University of Oxford studied the DNA of Cheddar Man. Cheddar Man was determined to have belonged to haplogroup U5. Talking about haplogroup U, it is the mitochondrial DNA series tabulated based on the area and time origin. This series is labeled from U1 to U9 according to their time origin and location. The haplogroup U5, which is found in Cheddar Man, is estimated between 25,000 and 35,000 years old. DNA of approximately 11% of total Europeans is in haplogroup U5. Full genome of Cheddar Man was extracted by a team led by Lion Barnes. It suggests that he had blue eyes, dark skin, and dark curly hair. Forensic facial reconstruction made this thing possible. Now we can truly visualize what Cheddar Man looked like in his time. Study of the scientist is interesting because it underlines the fact that phenomena of lighter skin characteristic of modern European does not go long way back, and it was developed pretty recently. No one's entirely sure why lighter skin evolved in Europe, but one of the possible reasons states that it was due to vitamin D deficiency. Their cereal-based diet was probably deficient in vitamin D. This would have been required people to absorb the essential nutrient from sunlight through their skin. An evolution of pale skin came into picture, which was considered most efficient in absorbing UV light of the sun. Now there may be other factors too, like lower skin pigmentation over time in last 10,000 years. But most of the scientists turns to the diet explanation. Dr. Selina Brace, an ancient DNA researcher and contributor at Natural History Museum, quoted that, "Generally people would be very surprised to see what Cheddar Man, an individual from 10,000 years ago, looked like." At last, I'm gonna tell you something. This is not the first ever reconstruction of face of Cheddar Man. Previous reconstructions of Cheddar Man, which were not based on DNA data, depicted him with a lighter skin tone. There may be other predictions in future, which may have totally different picture.
This is what people looked like in Western Europe and Britain 10,000 years ago, not what we would have expected.
1, 2, 3, come on!
I'm Chris Stringer, I'm a research leader in human origins at the Natural History Museum in London, and I'm holding here this wonderful reconstructed head of Cheddar Man. And I've been studying the skeleton of Cheddar Man for some 40 years or so, and now with DNA technology we've got the whole genome of Cheddar Man, and here we've got a scientific reconstruction of what he looked like. We've got his hair form, his skin, his blue eyes, and that dark skin colour, that combination really striking. And getting out of here information about his biology, the fact that, for example, he couldn't digest milk because that came in with the advent of farming after the time of Cheddar Man. So we're getting his whole biology, how he relates to people in Europe at the time, and how he relates to people in Britain now.
This is my first video of this channel. If you want more of this, subscribe and do let me know how you feel. See you soon in the next video.